you can develop some sort of idea of what sort of character they are, what their personality is. And take a moment there just to kind of interact with them as a character, as the animal. And it may be a predatory-prey thing, it may be a sort of species kinship. You don't have to be friendly, you can do a kind of stare-off, you can, one of them is chasing the other one here, and you know, one may be adorably cute, and the other one has nothing to do with it. Now, beyond just looking, if there's not so much interaction, okay, you two, you're kind of just sort of staring at each other. You want to, okay. Shake hands like you've just met. Just greet each other. Now, you're a dog, or okay, sort of, I think. I think these guys are having way too much fun. A lot more fun than me. Try this too. Just go ahead and try this. Just stare at each other and see who can get lower than the other one. Now, it's a little mental exercise here. Looks like someone's going a little far here. Okay, there you go, there you go. Okay, now higher. Stare high. Who can stand higher and jump if you want? Go ahead, try this, you guys. I mean, okay, now, how far you can get. Something that because you have this anonymity, you have the ability, you have license to do almost anything. And while we talk about particular rules, there are rules of society, and then there are rules for mutual protection and such that, you know, you don't want to break the law with for example, or you don't want to mess with people's stuff. You don't want to walk in on people's panels and interrupt what they're doing or presentations or stuff. There's a matter of personal respect and personal space, and you can go beyond. Part of it allows you to break the social space around people. Some people have a particular bubble. They feel that's their comfort level, and you can kind of break that, but you learn over time how far you can go with this. And this isn't a license to push and knock people over, but you do have the ability to get into people's faces, into people's personal space. But also important is to know, to read people's reactions and not, if they don't want this, just back off. Because some people like an interaction, some people like getting the opportunity to have a character get in, to interact with them. Some people welcome that. Some people, that's why they go to this cons. You can meet new people this way. But part of that is just being able to overcome your own sense of your own social barriers, your own shyness. That's the best way to call it. As I said, I'm really shy, but when I put on the suit, when I first put on a suit, it was a transforming experience. That I think the best point of advice is to not think about it too much. That you just have you can think about developing this character sort of to form where this headspace is, and then when you get in the suit, it's an occupied space that you know what this character does, what their motivations are, but as you're doing it, it becomes second nature. And I like to use this simile sometimes, that it's like touch typing. When you're first starting type, you're where's the L key, where's the, but beyond that, as you go, you get really good at it, and you don't even think about the keys. You just think, and words on the screen. And that's how character performing is and you know, just bringing the character, speaking through the suit. And whether it's pantomime or if you have a speaking character, that the techniques are similar. That you are this mental improv is keeping the character going. Part of what defines a character is what you're doing when you're not doing anything. Now, if you've ever watched video games and you leave the controller down, you get the little player on the screen, and then you start doing something, you know, some sort of random animation. Now, even when you're waiting to the menu, that there's some sort of idle animation. The character is still doing something. It's not a static picture. Now, if you can picture that in your head of what your character would be doing, is sort of standing there, as if it was standing at the bus stop and not. And you know, beyond being just a human, you can you know, tap your feet, or you're doing the strongman exercises and poses and such, and you know, wagging the tail's a good one. That you know, you are a lot of dogs out here, and very canine behaviors. You know, wag the tail, and you know, that cats. Are you a cat? Okay, and cats like I'm sorry, no, I'm not sorry that you're a cat. I know I'm a dog. I'm more of a dog person because I've got a coyote. No, I'm a stinky human. Yeah. But you think about cats. If you've ever watched a cat just pacing around, they have a sort of energy to them, a way of swaying, a little grace and such. They tend to they groom themselves. And if you're just bored, you can sit there, just sort of pretend like I'm it's something, okay? Maybe it's a little sissy. It's a little silly for you. I don't know. Maybe you are a you know, a warrior cat, and that is below you. But you have a particular level of dignity. Think about that. Learning what your suit does when you move around, and if you've seen Yippee, he's got these waggy ears that bounce everywhere. If you've seen Twilight, he's got even more bouncy ears. The extra action of your suit, knowing your suit, knowing the mannerisms and the way things move, that can reinforce the character. I have a while back I had a fox. My fourth suit was a fox, and because the tail was longer than Yippee, he had a longer gait to get the tail to sway just in the right rhythm. So that fed back into me that mentally, as if I would walk around slower, longer strides to get that rhythm going, and that would reinforce the character in my head. He would walk slower and more, you know, calm, cool, and so forth. Cool's an overused word, but I love it. Because that's something when growing up, I wasn't cool, and I don't know if any of you were cool, consider yourself cool, not cool. Well, yeah, you guys are cool. You're awesome. Look at you with the fuzzy noses and stuff.
Yeah, real quickly, one thing I thought of just when you mentioned the mirror thing.
Yep.
And I just recommend it as a thought for everyone. I know this suit's a good example, but I see this in a lot of people when they're doing their suiting. They do exactly that, and you're right. Perfect way to get an idea for the character and the way the suit moves. But the one problem is exactly what I'm doing with you right now. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people will be looking down to the side as they're learning their character because they're doing this in a mirror. We're doing this. And what happens is...
eye level's very important as well. Knowing where your character is staring. If you don't have a follow-me eye suit like Ayoko here, that what bums me out is seeing mascots, and you can tell that they're seeing out of the mouth because the character is staring at the sky in the photos, and you know. So that's a very good point.
Yeah, and just my thought on that is if people have like a webcam even built into their laptop or their desktop computer, something like that, to absolutely do the mirror, but also do just little shorts of yourself on the webcam so you can learn where you're looking and positions of your head.
Yeah, I've seen people do videotape themselves, you know, they can videotape from a webcam or from a DV camera and just watch themselves, maybe watch themselves dancing and see what works, what doesn't work, what really looks cute, and just from there you can develop the character, just the way they move, their head space. God, where your ears are mesmerizing. And I love your eyes. Love your eyes. If you haven't seen it, he's got EL wire in his ear too. I'm sorry, just strap up. Now, hands up.